Malcolm X once said that education is the passport to the future. But what if some passports are better than others, giving the holder access to better schools and teachers, and in turn, a more prosperous future? These inequalities have been around long before COVID-19, but the pandemic has both exacerbated them and made them more visible. While the standard of education varies greatly globally, education inequality happens at the local level in all countries. For example, only 4 out of every 100 children in Africa is expected to enter a graduate and postgraduate institution, compared to 14 out of 100 in South and West Asia and 36 out of 100 in Latin America. Even in developed countries, the quality of schooling can differ greatly whether rich or poor. High national wealth, then, is no guarantee of high equality. The UK, Germany and the US are among the richest countries in the world, but all three rank poorly on an educational inequality league table of 41 of the world's richest countries. By the middle of secondary school, educational inequalities are worse than in other countries with much smaller economies such as Latvia, Spain and Estonia. However, research has shown that child development is linked with income. Unsurprisingly, the US and the UK have some of the highest levels of income inequality.
Hi, I'm Wang Yao. Let's start by examining the current state of education inequality across different types of schools. In urban areas, education inequality is evident through the disparity in resources between schools in wealthy neighborhoods and those in poorer areas. While urban schools often have advanced technology, well-stocked libraries, and a wide range of extracurricular activities. These resources provide students with numerous opportunities to excel academically and prepare for future careers. However, schooling in affluent urban areas frequently struggle with outdated textbooks, overcrowded classrooms, and inadequate funding, which hampers students' educational experiences and future prospects. In rural areas, the situation is often even more challenging. Rural schools typically face several underfunding, resulting in limited access to up-to-date educational materials and technology. The geography isolation of rural schools also means that students may have to travel long distance to attend school, reducing their time for study and extracurricular activities. Additionally, rural schools struggle to attract and retain qualified teachers due to lower salaries and fewer professional development opportunities, further impacting the quality of education. Suburban schools generally fall somewhere in between urban and rural schools in terms of resources. While they may have better facilities than rural schools, they often lack the extensive resources available to affluent urban schools. Suburban schools face their own set of challenges, including fluctuations in local economics and proprietary values that lead to inconsistent funding. Additionally, suburban schools often have under-resourced support services, which means that students who need extra help may not receive adequate assistance.
Hi, I'm Qi Zhixin. Now let's delve into the reasons behind education inequality. One major factor is the reliance on local property tax to fund schools. This system inherently favors schools in wealthier areas where higher property values generate more revenue, leading to better funded schools. Consequently, schools in less affluent areas receive less funding, perpetuating a cycle of inequality where students from disadvantaged backgrounds have fewer opportunity to succeed. Another contributing factor is the geography isolation of rural areas. Rural schools often lack the infrastructure and resource available in urban setting, making it difficult for students to access quality education. Additionally, rural schools face challenges in attacking and relating quality teachers, as they may offer lower salaries and fewer professional development opportunities compared to urban schools. Furthermore, economy disparities between different regions play a significant role in education inequality. Areas with lower economic activity and higher poverty rates tend to have schools with fewer resources, affecting the quality of education available to students. This economic divide is particularly pronounced in rural and suburban areas where consistent funding and the lack of community support can severely impact education outcomes.
Hi, I'm Yan. Let's discuss potential solutions to address education inequality. To begin with, we need to advocate for equitable funding policies that ensure all schools receive the resources they need. Regardless of local properties values, this could involve state and federal funding initiatives that allocate resources based on need rather than local wealth, helping to level the playing field for students in least affluent areas. In rural areas, targeted investment infrastructures are essential. Improving internet connectivity and providing up-to-date educational materials can significantly enhance the quality of education. Additionally, offering incentives for teachers to work in rural schools, such as higher salaries and professional development opportunities, can help to attract and retain qualified educators, improving the overall educational experience for students. For suburban schools, expanding communities' involvement and support service is crucial. This includes increasing funding for tutoring programs and counseling services to ensure that all students have access to the help they need. Communities protection partnership can also play a vital role, providing additional resources and support to schools facing funding challenges. Furthermore, addressing education inequalities requires a collective effort from educators, policymakers, and communities. Policymakers need to an education and funding the improvement policies that address these practices. Educationers must advocate for their students and seek out resources and support to enhance the learning environment. Communities should actively engaging with local schools, providing support and advocating for equitable education opportunities for all students.
In England, of a young person starting from nursery costs an average of around $96,000. The annual school fees at Harrow, however, costs around $56,000 for just 1 year of a child's tuition. But even that is dwarfed by private schools in Switzerland, such as La Rose, which cost more than $135,000 per year.
Many believe that private education is at the root of inequality and reduces the chances for those students who attend state schools. The statistics tell us that educational privilege provides significant advantages and opens many doors.
In the UK, nearly a third of members of parliament, 2/3 of the country's top doctors, and 74% of judges were privately educated. The exam results also reflect the disparity. In 2019, 45.7% of students at private schools in the UK got A star or A's in their final year exams, compared to the national average of 25.5%.
So for the conclusion, I think education inequality is a complex issue affecting urban, rural, and suburban areas differently. By working together, we can ensure every student has access to a high-quality education, regardless of their background or where they live.
It seems from disparities in funding, geography, isolation, and economy disparities between regions. Policymakers, educators, and communities must calibrate to bridge these gaps and create a more equitable education system.
The conclusion is, to address these issues, we need to equitable funding policies, targeted investment in infrastructures, and expanding community support. Together, we can provide opportunities for all students to succeed and in their educational journeys.